Of Virginia, of course, is changing. School districts are doing more with less money, fewer teachers, and higher poverty levels in schools.
Yeah, since the beginning of the recession in 2008, the state has reduced funding for public education by about $1 billion. This is according to the Virginia Association of School Superintendents. Now, some say the state is setting the districts up to fail.
If you're going to continue to raise expectations and reduce the support and the funding to meet the existing expectations, I would agree that is an unfair expectation.
More than half of school districts report they have reduced co-curricular programs. Nearly a quarter of school districts have been forced to close schools for financial reasons. Tonight, Education Matters special reports. WSLS 10's Jenna Zibton investigates what happened and what it means for your child's future.
Books rolled back and forth between classrooms, aging buildings nearly a century old, and in Buena Vista, thousands of dollars of equipment used for teaching students about heating, ventilation, and air conditioning sitting unused for years.
It's just a shame because the community actually put money into this as well. It's over $200,000 of equipment.
Just sitting here empty.
Just sitting here empty, waiting.
School budget cuts are limiting students. More than half of Virginia school districts report they have reduced programs like fine arts, foreign language, physical education, and career and technical education. Programs Perry McClure High School sophomore Jared Mason was looking forward to.
The only job, since due to some of the plants closing, is Modine and Munners, and they both deal with air conditioning and heating. And so out of high school, there's not really a lot of kids who get into college around here or big colleges. So a lot of us will just go straight into one of those plants after we graduate, and that's what I was planning to do.
Really, it's just hurting our students. They need the extra programs. We can't just have the English, the math, the social studies. We need our CTE courses so kids have career options and can start in high school having those opportunities placed in front of them.
100 miles away, Henry County schools are struggling to do more with less, too.
It is frustrating. You want to make sure that you are providing opportunities for students, exposure to real world and relevant experiences. And so it can be heartbreaking. Sometimes you have to make a tough decision on where you will spend your funds. Those are questions that we get a lot. Why can we not do these things anymore?
Plans were drawn up a decade ago for a new Collinsville elementary school. Henry County schools are finally breaking ground next month. More than 99% of Virginia students are in school divisions that decrease spending per student over the last 5 years. Roanoke City and Roanoke County, about 11%. Buena Vista, more than 14%. Henry County, more than 15%. Campbell, Montgomery, and Pittsylvania counties, all with about 15% cuts.
With the state giving us less money, we have to look to the locality to help us. So they have been very good to us here in the past couple of years, and I hope they can continue to do that. But we really need to go back towards what our 2008-2009 funding was.
Buena Vista Superintendent Dr. John Keeler says they've cut $1.1 million. When they moved 8th graders into the high school recently, the school grew by 100 students, but only 2 teachers came with them, increasing class sizes.
My teachers teach overload, so it's hard on them to learn a new program and to give the kids the services they need when they're just exhausted, basically.
Principal Anna Graham says students will suffer in the long run. More than 10,000 positions have been eliminated across Virginia, with over half of those being teaching positions.
It's the people that are going to help the kids, so the more staff and the people you have that are actually working small groups or one-on-one with the students, that makes the biggest difference, especially to a child who can't read, gets to high school and is still struggling.
While next year's budget discussions have just started, educators are making a plea.
We're changing instruction. We want to make it more rigorous and more relevant. So therefore, we need the money and the funds to do that.
This is our future, and we can't mess with that.
Governor Terry McAuliffe said recently he wants to increase K-12 spending. His budget is expected out next month. This is just the beginning of our look at education matters in Virginia. Many of you have asked about the Virginia lottery money. Where does it go? What was said when it was introduced? And what is lottery used for now? We also talked to Virginia lawmakers about their priorities and if they see a need for increasing the education budget. That's all coming up next week. Jenna Zibton, WSLS 10.